Maso was one of those guys that did stand out. Just an infectious smile, great personality, but also a very hard worker. And I probably put him through too much looking back, hindsight 2020, but he's one of those guys that worked extremely hard and always was a guy that took care of his classwork and his academics. He was an excellent student, and you always knew that he was going to be a guy that would represent Angelo State well. Looking back, I thought Maso would probably have been a good attorney because he always pleaded his case with me. But he's assistant state's attorney, which is an incredible position for someone his age. But, Maso was from Virginia, but he was a guy that had everything in order, being a long way from home, coaching change, a lot of negative things. But, those things didn't get in his way at all. I mean, he was a guy that was focused and driven. And it's one of the things that I enjoyed about Maso. You have different guys on your team that blend in, and he was one of those guys that behind the scenes, when he came into the Janelle Center every day, it was about business, and he worked hard. But I knew from his teammates what kind of guy he was in the locker room because of the way they spoke about him. He was very well respected. I always use the description, if you're falling off a cliff, he's one of the guys you won't pulling you up because he's not going to quit. And I think he proved that over the 3-year period he was with me, because he had another coach recruit him to Angelo State, and a long way from home, and he stuck it out, and it's very impressive, his career here. When you look back over your course of coaching, you get a whole lot of different personalities, and you can usually see the guys that are going to be successful once basketball's over, the guys that are focused on academics and education, the guys that mix well with the campus. Campus life is an important part of college athletics, but Maso was one of those guys that everybody just loved him, but also he was a very driven individual. And, he had some things against him just with the coaching change, and Maso was a guy that played for us for 3 years, and some games he played a lot, some games he didn't, but he always met adversity with a positive attitude. And when they called me and told me this, when I was made aware of it, that didn't surprise me one bit. Maso, what can I say? This honor is well deserved. Like I said earlier, it doesn't surprise me a bit. I've told a lot of people that you're a winner in every way, not only on the court, but in the classroom and in life. I'm extremely proud of what you've done for yourself, but also for this university, that you carry the banner of Angelo State well on the East Coast. And I know you're a long way from Angelo, but I know you're back in your home neighborhood. But we're so proud of you. I tell a lot of people Maso Hamilton stories occasionally, but we're proud of you, and we wish you the best, and go Rams.
Maso is my partner and best friend. If I were to describe Maso to someone who's never met him, I would first say that he has a smile that lights up the world. He is incredibly hardworking and dedicated and more determined than anybody that I know. I'm not surprised that Maso was chosen for this honor, because Maso is someone that every college student could aspire to be. He's had his fair share of adversity in his professional career, but that hasn't stopped him from achieving his dreams. If anything, it has made him more focused and resilient, and has turned him into one of the top young prosecutors in Maryland. There's no question that Maso deserves this award. He's hardworking and has accomplished a lot, and is continuing to grow in his profession. He's always learning and always asking for ways he can improve. If I were on stage addressing Maso, I would obviously say congratulations. I tell him that he deserves every bit of this award, and how proud I am to have him in my life, and that I can't wait to see what his future holds.